Hi guys, welcome to another GBI video. You're here today with your host GBI Chris and...
I think not GBI Chris is sticking, so...
NGBI Chris.
No, no good.
Yeah. So we are here today for another episode of On The Ball. Although we do want to find a new name for it because On The Ball was Guild Ball specific, so please pop any suggestions in the comments and we will pick a suitable winner. And we have a prize. It's down here. It's absolutely nothing. So yeah, woo!
I actually thought there was a prize then. I was just like, what's this secret?
In fact, the prize could be you can come and record an episode, or we can come on the ball on the road.
You can do his job for him.
And we can come and record with you. So moving on. We did actually, Jay and I did film this episode of On the Ball a few weeks back, but in typical Jay fashion, his computer ate it, so we don't have the footage anymore, so we're having to re-record with Chris and Chris instead, and Jay. So we forgot.
Oh.
Jay's here.
He's in spirit.
Jay's here. Look at him. Sexy beast. So Jay's here with us as well, but this is the better version that doesn't talk.
You said it, not me.
So, yeah. Right, so have you got the questions up?
I do. Have you as well?
I don't, I'll get them. You can do the first one.
No, you can definitely take the first one from James.
Right, so this one is from Hot Gates Gaming, James, new dad. So congratulations, James. I think this is the first time we've actually talked about you on camera since you've given birth to Eleanor.
Selfish.
So yeah, congrats, dude. And we'll be over for a cuddle soon. So, welcome back to the little
Just
stream,
with James.
fellas. Good to have you both a bit more back in my life, me and Jay, and not just on YouTube. So my question, I'm yet to get stuck into Season 3. Explain to me what has changed and what you think is better about it. So how long have we had? This was a comment from 2 months ago now, so Season 3 has been out since SteamCon. Yeah. Which was?
November
time. So it is quite a while now. It's been out for 5 months or so. So
what's changed?
So what's changed? Some of the plot cards have become core rules. You'll all probably know this by now. So there's the tapping rule. There's gaining momentum if you lose the initiative roll, not in the first turn, but after that, what else? A lot of people's stats have changed. The biggest being Midas has had a complete rework.
Oh, he's completely different model
to how he was.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the others. A lot of other people's have had tweaks. So Obulus has had a tweak. Silence has had a tweak.
We've not got that hung up on it, have we?
But no, to be honest, we have been focusing our attention on other games. So as you'll see when we go through
the other
questions and stuff, it isn't all about Guild Ball anymore for us, unfortunately. So we still play every now and again, and I actually have a tournament coming up this weekend, the Losers Guild at the Northwest Gaming Centre. So I don't know who I'll be running at the moment, but I am going to dip back into Guild Ball. But as Season 3...
The main thing is, everything I've heard is it's more football. There's less of the BT, just all takeouts.
And for me, that's that was needed, and that's has made the game more enjoyable from my point of view, especially a competitive sort of.
From Season 1 and Season 2, who were the top teams? Basically, Morticians.
Well, Morticians saw a lot of attention, and they got. They were the two teams in the final.
They were big in the States, weren't they?
Yeah,
as well?
bigger in America. And Steve Newton, who was the #1 UK player, played the Morticians, so they saw a lot. Fish War is popular. I don't think they were particularly right near the top, but I think the Union, Union and Morticians were probably seen as the strongest, with Alchemists, I think, and Hunters towards the bottom.
Because I've heard now Fish and Alchemists are coming back up.
Yeah, pretty popular. So the footballing game has really come into its own, I think, in Season 3. But again, we're just jabbering because we haven't played it that much, so just take what we're saying with a pinch of salt. And all new...
As somebody who actually knows.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, moving on. Next one.
Come on,
I did the first one, you did the second one.
Buber88. I don't know who he is. Or she.
Good friend of ours.
Not mine.
Not yours.
No.
Mine, James.
Yes, fellas, good to see you back. Question 1. Have you guys played any social interaction games like Ultimate Werewolf? If so, can you recommend any?
Have you? Have you?
Well, for this, I see social interaction ones as I see it as like, Love Letter
And Coup and Resistance is that one?
I definitely... Resistance to me is essentially Ultimate Werewolf, but you're not werewolves, you're spies and Resistance. So, yes, I've played some in the past. It's the kind of thing where you get a group of friends together. It's better than all of you sort of disappearing into separate games where you're focusing on either deck building or moving miniatures around where you're having to wait for the other people's turns. At least with games like Ultimate Werewolf, the best thing is the accusations.
Have you played Ultimate Werewolf?
If it's the game I'm thinking of, yeah.
Is it a card game, like a card-based game, or is it not?
It's card-based in the same way as like Resistance is.
Okay.
Basically it tells you
who you are and...
Are you a villager? Are you the werewolf?
Okay.
Or are you the
So is that, so you have to,
seer or
there's one werewolf, is there? And all the rest are villagers, and you have to try and figure out who the werewolf is.
But there's a stage in the game where you basically, it simulates going through a day cycle. You're trying to figure out who the werewolf is. Then at night, all the villagers go to sleep. So basically, you close your eyes. Whoever the werewolf is can choose.
Close your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sold. Yeah.
You just go around touching people.
Yeah.
Whoever the werewolf is basically nominates somebody,
me.
kills them, but I can't remember if they come back as a werewolf or they're actually just dead.
I remember a game when I was young called like Wink Murder. Can you remember that, where you used to sit around in a circle and someone used to wink it and everybody used to die and fall over? How did that ever work when you were like kids at school? How did people ever play that to the rules?
Well, what you normally did was like, you're looking at someone, it's like, is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Someone else is dead. It's you. Wait. And then you're not,
Yeah.
Distracted easily.
So now I've not played Ultimate Werewolf, but we do play Love Letter relatively regularly. I played Coup with some other friends. We play other those sort of interaction games, and I do really like them. I would like to play more, so if anybody else has any suggestions, pop them in the comments and we'll try them out. They'd be quite cool actually to try and film on the channel. I don't know how you'd get... maybe
They're the kind of games which work really well with friends. If you try and do it with,
strangers.
if you get 5 random people together,
Doesn't
you're
really
not going to know each other's tells, you're not going to know certain things, just how to, accusing people is brilliant. We always used to pick on one of our friends because you've got a beard, you're the bad guy. And that was it. And
I'd quite like to have, you could interview people in different rooms, like before and after, you can be
you're
so
trying to be
you
very
know
professional
who they
there,
are,
aren't you?
well good. So, yeah.
There was also a second question there. Sorry, moving on, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
When is Chris going to drive across for a game? He promised. I don't remember promising, and I don't know where you live.
And he doesn't drive a car.
No, not a car. But what's that one in regards to?
Yeah, that's going across to see Johnny Cannon and Nick and everybody.
Whereabouts?
I should know this because I've been to Johnny Cannon's house.
He's a terrible friend.
Yeah, so I don't know, somewhere that's not Manchester. But yeah, we will. We'll drive over. I do want to get on the road more now. My personal life has settled down a bit. Then yeah, we will. I will. But maybe not Gilmore. Maybe somewhere else.
Oh, you have to take
like Ultimate Werewolf.
Blood Rage.
Blood Rage. And the new one when I get it, Rising Sun. I think I banged on about
will
that.
You shut up about it.
Yeah. Okay. How have I not got the top one?
What do you mean the top one?
James's. I'm looking at this. I haven't got James's on there. Anyway, next one is just from Peter O'Sullivan saying, "Hello guys, hi Pete," with his goatee. I love him. Although,
hello Peter.
Yeah, you don't know anyone.
No.
You're a no one. Anyway. I'm not in the same order as you, anyway.
Are you not?
No.
Even though you just did that one right?
Yeah, go on.
You're just making this up. Ian Marley, what is your favourite milkshake?
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. So you don't know Ian either?
Nope.
So Ian's Jay's friends, Hobbit friends, and...
Are you blaming Jay for this then?
He always takes a mick out of me for liking milk, drinking milk. Back in the day when I didn't drink alcohol.
Oh.
So,
Dirty convert.
Favourite milkshake? Thought you were going to say something else then. Chocolate. That's all I want. Like Oreo. I like sort of the American style, like Oreo chocolate.
Yes.
Milkshakes. There is actually an Ed's Diner near my work, which is like an American diner, and they keep sending me emails for like discounts of 50% off, and when it's my birthday, getting like free milkshake and stuff.
Plug, free meal.
Free meal, yeah, send me one if you're watching this, Ed's Diner. Chocolate for me. When I was little, I think I used to only ever have strawberry, and this isn't milkshake, but it's linked. Like chocolate Angel Delight and strawberry Angel Delight. I used to only ever have strawberry, but now I'm like full on chocolate. So.
I used to be strawberry milkshake, obviously milkshake, strawberry or banana, but recently, yeah, I switched to. There was one called the Mudslide.
Mudslide
was done at Home Sweet Home, and it was essentially chocolate with brownies thrown in there, and I think you could get a shot of coffee in it as well, which was really nice.
What about you, Jay? All of them. That doesn't surprise me, mate. Yeah. Okay. Jay likes them all. Just give him a milkshake.
Yeah.
He drinks milkshake for breakfast. Anyway, thanks, Jay. Thanks for your honesty. So, next question. Phil Hart, the power couple. So this is in relation. So this is Martin Thurwell, and this was in relation to our last discussion that Jay and I were saying we were going to use Blackheart or Phillip as our two sort of go-to captains this year. That's kind of fallen out of the window, seeing as we're not playing anymore. But
since season 3, you've not even touched a Union team, have you? Really?
No. I dabbled. I had a few games at SteamCon and a few after with Blackheart because he's changed quite a bit now. He's all football-y.
He definitely was leaning towards Butchers. If it was just basically going to be a toss-up, which one?
Well, it was just both, I think. In the same team. No. Yeah, Phillip, I do. I've never ran Phillip, and I used to absolutely hate anybody that ran Phillip in season 2. But yeah, I want it now. Now she's been tweaked down a little bit, and she's not as OP. She's still amazing, but I think she'd suit my sort of push everything forwards and see what happens kind of play style. But the problem is, playing them this weekend is I don't have them painted. They're airbrushed, but not painted. So
I always remember somebody saying, as long as you have a couple of colours on.
Yeah, but I'm not that sort of guy.
You're not going to win any prizes for best painted.
No, but hey, I'm trying to just be able to play Union. Come on.
Oh,
I haven't got anything else painted. I'll have to play Union. I might play Vet Rage.
Oh, because, that's really fun for your opponent, isn't it?
Yeah. Here's 20 dice. Are you dead? Here's
Yeah.
another 20 dice. Are you dead?
You're basically...
But now with A&G, who are like uber football-y, that's the only downside. I didn't like Vet Rage for season 2 because there wasn't... I didn't feel that there was much beyond missed goal scoring threat, and once you'd kind of given the ball up by scoring, it was quite hard to get it back. But now with A&G as well, yeah, I'm liking that.
So again, going back to James's first question, the change is obviously pushing you more to football rather than all-out killing. But you still like to humiliate people.
I was always a purist. I was always tried to play football. I honestly did. I tried to play football with gutters, hook, and chain grab, and scything blow. Yeah, that was me. Moving on.
Yes.
Paul Horton.
Paul saying, good to see you guys back. The green screen looks very slick. Thank you. It does.
This is all. We're in a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, it's actually freezing. That's why we've got brews.
Yeah. I'm not using my fridge.
This isn't actually Chris's bedroom. He is living under a motorway bridge somewhere now.
Yeah.
So the warehouse is just nearby. He also added, he's literally no idea what his previous comment was on a video.
Something about a finger or what do you do, like, I don't know, when you're playing that you don't realise. I can't remember what it was. I think it was about, Jay was clicking his pen and he was talking about a finger or something, but we obviously, none of us can remember anyway, so it was that good. The next one, who's this?
It's actually, yeah, it's from some
art. So some guy called Hawks.
Yeah.
It's him. Yeah.
This is before you wrote me and said
2 months ago. Edited. When did you edit that? Did you edit it like yesterday when you knew that we were going to do
No.
So, out of all the new systems that I already play, are there any that Jay is looking forward to? Or maybe even dreading? Jay? No, doesn't seem like there's any that he's dreading.
He's actually... No, he's looking a little surprised there about, which ones he's going to be playing. Oh, there we go. He's a bit happier now. Yeah. I was expecting both of you to be very Guild Ball heavy again, still. But I think Jay's actually more, from what I can tell, he's looking forward to getting Batman on the go.
Zombicide!
Oh, yeah. Should I regret showing him that?
No, that's a good move. So we had a four-way game of Zombicide, me, Chris, Matt, and Jay, and that was hilarious.
I was sacrificed.
Was you and Jay got mullered?
I was sacrificed. Jay was basically shotgunning everything in the face, including me.
I was a gorgeous blonde with roller skates
and a chainsaw. You managed to get as far away from us as possible with Matt, and as soon as you got the actual final objective...
See ya!
Yep!
I was away. Other systems. So Jay, he wants to play a bit of Malifaux, he said, but...
Does he?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. So we've got a couple of people now that want to play a bit of Malifaux. I don't think he's that bothered about Bushido.
I still need to learn how to play that as well.
He's not bothered about Drop Fleet and Drop Zone. Dark Age he's got models for as well. And I want to play with my Salt Flat Nomads, but again, it's getting the time and the space because that's on a 4x4, so that's quite a big table. Necromunda, yeah, we played a couple of games of Necromunda. Frostgrave. None of these I think Jay is actually that fussed about.
Well, these are all the systems that you're starting.
Eden.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Drowned Earth.
Game of Thrones cards. We want to maybe... Star Wars. I keep forgetting what the name is. Is it
Destiny?
Destiny. I keep thinking it's called Legacy. Star Wars Destiny, which looks like a kid's game with big dice, but it's got cards and dice. But that's quite fun. But there is lots of stuff we want to play and bring to the channel. It's just actually getting our asses around to doing it. So.
I think the dreading part of my question was he basically not looking forward to any rules or having to buy more minis?
Nah, I don't think he's ever got a problem with buying more minis.
Considering what he's been going on about with Hobbit, I think he actually enjoys buying more and more minis.
He played an Age of Sigmar tournament I think the other day as well. So Age of Sigmar.
He's kept them quiet as well, hasn't he?
He's got a big
big
orc force thing I think, or whatever they're called now, orcas, whatever they're called. No, who knows? But and Hobbit, yeah, he's played a bit of Hobbit now again. So he went to. Did he go to some open day? He went to James Clark's big tournament.
And you on about the
and they
Warhammer
brought
World?
some new minis. He didn't go to the Warhammer World the other day, did he?
No, he went to the New Year's Open.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So that's where he got a few limited edition bits and bobs, and that you could only get basically by going to Nottingham.
So next question.
Totes McAwesome. Sounds like a Totes real name.
Yeah, Totes is a top lad. What do you guys look for when looking at a new game system? For example, is it the rules, models, or the setting, or what? Rules, no. For me,
models.
Every time.
Yeah. If the minis look nice, I'll probably buy them anyway.
As we've discussed on previous videos that Chris was on, Chris is very much sort of a hobbyist and a
13-year-old pervert. You were just trying to think of the nicest way.
No, and a miniature hoarder.
Yes.
So he just buys models for the look of them and for the sake of it and for the baps.
Only on some of them.
Yeah. But the setting is important as well. I like a good backstory. Bushido, like the reason I got to Bushido was for the setting. The Drowned Earth, which you'll be seeing a lot more of, that James Baldwin has is championing and has made is an amazing setting. But first and foremost for me is the models, really. And that's why if you've seen the Drowned Earth, well, you will have seen by the time this comes out, but the Drowned Earth minis really make me want to play the game.
Well, same. This is why I like Necromunda so much. I like that sort of post-apocalyptic. Basically, think Mad Max crossed with zombies and a bit of sci-fi thrown in there. Smash it all together, and then just, if you're telling me I can buy miniatures for the thing as well, done. I'll buy into it. The rules could be horrid. I'd then probably just make up my own.
Yeah. I mean, the rules were important. When I played Guild Ball, when I was heavy in the competitive scene for Guild Ball, rules were important because it makes for a balanced competitive scene.
Shut your
It's all the people messaging me on Match. And then, but now where I am really with hobby at the moment is just playing for fun and playing for. I know competitive can be fun, but just playing for the setting and the models really.
I think we actually said in our first video, me and you, you've adopted Blood Bowl purely because of the actual rules there.
Oh, Blood Bowl, yeah, I mentioned Blood Bowl as well. Yeah.
It's actually because they're measured. It's on a grid system. You have a specific space you can actually go to. You're not going to be right. I'm going to go 8 inches forward, or I'm actually going to go 8 and a smidgen, or you're not sort of thinking, oh, you've not actually done that correctly, because the rules are pretty much solid, set in stone. This is, they're as black and white as you can really get them. You know if you've done it right or you can't do that.
Yeah, that's one thing that I felt I was getting more towards when I was playing Guild Ball competitively, like you just mentioned. It was actually getting me a bit anxious and a bit annoyed. Not that I'm accusing any of my opponents of cheating or of doing anything like that. It's just having to be so precise with things and all coming down to a tape measure or the widgets and stuff. It just became very arduous playing, and it felt much more a stressful situation, which is why I'm leaning now towards Blood Bowl, which is grids, and board games where measuring and stuff isn't that important. But so many times in Guild Ball it came down to millimetres about being away from stuff and not measuring properly, or and I would call people out, but I don't like doing it, and I don't like sort of souring the gaming experience by constantly challenging people, saying, "Oh well, you were definitely 10.5 inches, and now you seem to be 10 inches," and it just So that's where I am at the moment.
Yeah, it's not that. I don't think it's more sort of feeling as if you have to call people out on it. It's more sort of, if the other person knows, oh, I've actually nudged that myself. I am, I was out of range, so I shouldn't be able to do that. I will move it back and not play that sort of tactic I was going to do. If people were, not in it to win it, then it would still be enjoyable for you.
Yeah.
But then, what's the point of competition? It's always going to be there.
Yeah, I've had a big download on competitions in there now.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry. Next one.
Ahoy!
You're banned from saying that on this channel.
That's the one and only time I got to say it.
Ahoy. So this is from. He's called Vitruvian Goblin on the Tinterwebs, but it's Parker from the Battlehammer. If you hadn't known,
I'm pretty sure most people probably know now.
Probably know. People that watch this probably know. Now they've hit 10 subscribers.
Woo! 4 more than us, apparently.
So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, basically saying, great to see you back on the internet. That's, yeah. Some questions. Oh, I'd remember this. He came up with a few. What would get you into 40k?
Probably if somebody chopped both my arms and legs off, and I couldn't do anything else in my life, and I wanted to just end my life as quick as possible, I'd probably just have a marathon 40k session. But that would do my brain in as well.
Wow.
Is that strong enough for you?
I think you could have put, dialed it up a little bit more, but...
What about you? Oh, you'll have the opposite opinion here now.
I'm technically into it. I say technically. Again, as I mentioned last video, I still don't really know the rules. And that would be the main thing that would get me into it, is...
knowing the rules.
Yeah.
Or changing the rules.
Well, the big hoo-ha at the moment is 8th edition coming up. So, putting it in perspective for you, it's a bit like, what was the Malifaux kind of shift in the rules? Yeah. Well, this is going to be like Warhammer Fantasy shifted to Age of Sigmar. People are worried that 40k is going to get Sigmarized.
Did Age of Sigmar not make fantasy better? I know there was a lot of complaints at the start when it came out, but yeah, I thought that it's now had a surge in popularity compared to what it was before.
Skirting on both sides of pro and con, basically for Age of Sigmar, it's sort of, people have said, yeah, it's brought new blood into it, it's meant people can pick it up and play it a bit easier, you're not worrying about all this rank and file troop movement, but other people, purists, are thinking, right, well, you've got rid of that. We've kind of segued here, but they feel if they've got rid of the blocks of troops and a grand scale battle, it's no longer Warhammer Fantasy. So
yeah, that's true. That's the point, I guess.
But yeah, basically for me, a streamlining of the 40k rules, but also Guild Ball cards. I love them. All the information's there. If I need to keep going through a rule book to find, oh, he's got this special rule, which I'll then pick up this other rule book, find that, oh, it's not in there, it's now in the actual codex, right?
So they were all just on like little cards.
I don't even care if the card is like
this big with all the walls.
It's mounted on the wall over there, and you just look past your opponent to see it. But anyway, favourite game mechanic, Guild Ball and not.
So the two that are not that jump out at me is Eden. Well, the three that jump out at me then so Eden, you have when you roll 2 dice. You roll two different coloured dice. You roll 1 dice which signifies the location you hit, and then you roll a number of dice to see how many hits you do in that location. So like a 1 and a 2 hits the head, a 3 and a 4 hits the body, and a 5 and a 6 hits the legs, for example. And then each of their different limbs has a different health bar, and that's quite a cool thing which I don't see in many games. It's either you just hit them or you don't.
Like a board game sort of Fallout.
So yeah, a little bit like that, so that's quite cool. Bushido, where you have opposed dice rolls, where you choose, you have attack and defence dice, and you roll off against each other in secret, sort of. That's quite a cool mechanic. And then finally, the Drowned Earth, just plugging that again. The feat mechanic in the Drowned Earth is one of the best I've seen. It just, for a cinematic sort of fun gaming experience, basically if you roll a feat, you get a free action or you get an extra action, and that's you roll 2 d10s, and it's a 1 on the feat die or the feat symbol, or a double that's lower than the attribute you're trying to get. So that's cool. You can string together a number of different actions which your opponent can't see coming. So that's quite cinematic.
But also, obviously, if you don't get your feat, you have to get a blunder.
Yeah. Similarly, you can do bad things. Bad things happen.
Yeah, you push your luck on it, which actually leads me into a couple of my favourite things.
Kittens.
Really like Mars Attacks dice. It's exactly the same as Zombie dice, if any of you've played it. It is just push your luck. It's all down to dice rolls. If you want to then start gambling in order to try and get more points, brilliant. It's that simple. It's not a case of, right, you've rolled these dice, they're all fails, and that's it. It's, ooh, you've got a chance to continue, or you've got a chance to actually screw yourself over more. But also, I really like Malifaux for the card flipping.
Yeah, that's unusual. And that's,
no dice at all.
That's what drew me into Malifaux initially when I was playing it, was the card mechanic and no dice. So that's pretty cool. So if any of you have not seen it, check out some videos on YouTube or whatever. But Malifaux has a cool card mechanic once you get your head around the initial.
Yeah, whether it's double negative and
whether you've got negative flips or positive flips or whatever. Yeah, so that's cool. So what about any in Guild Ball specifically that you like? Well, obviously the playbook is kind of revolutionary. in miniatures games that Guild Ball introduced. Being able to select a number of different options based on your dice roll is pretty unique, and that just becomes a much more sort of dynamic player choice experience. It's not just a one size fits all.
I don't know if the actual health bar, it could be. I've only seen it in Guild Ball. I've not seen it in other games, but that I thought was brilliant. I've then tried adapting it to other games that I play where you've got a health bar. I've used it as a way of me keeping track rather than either counting down a dice or something like that. I just like you've got visual representation of how much health your character has, and you're slowly marking it off. Brilliant.
I can't actually think of many other miniatures games where, I suppose Malifaux does, where you have a number of different wounds. Most of the things I can think about, models tend to have 1 or 2 wounds, and that's kind of it.
It's, again, 40k. If you've got 1 wound, once you've lost it, you're dead. Remove the model.
Yeah. But I guess that's the difference between having a skirmish game where you've got like individual characters and then a bigger model count game.
Yeah.
Cool. Next question.
What intellectual property that is not currently a game would you love to be turned into one?
Oh wow.
I bet you were looking at that thinking, why does he want to know my IP address?
Yeah. What's your IP? Right. What do I really like?
Peaky Blinders.
Something that would work well. I really like Romeo and Juliet, and I like that sort of like the Montague and the Capulets sort of gang warfare.
Warring houses.
Yeah, like warring house. I know there's
Game of Thrones.
Or Game of Thrones. Wow. Yeah, a Game of Thrones miniatures game would be amazing. Yeah, that's got to come. That's got to be coming.
Don't be naming more miniature games. What was I on about the other day? Oh, I forgot the name of them. But there's a Harry Potter miniatures game coming out.
Yeah, and there's things like Labyrinth, as the board game's just come out. I don't know how good it is, but Labyrinth board. There's a Goonies game as well. So yeah, just the stuff we
80s, 90s kind of
like
nostalgia.
A Transformers game. I don't know, Transformers miniatures game.
Just go to eBay, buy a lot of.
Yeah, and just make our own.
Yeah, 1-page rules it.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not. Are there any computer games that you've been massively into that you'd like to see?
No, because I prefer them as computer games.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Jurassic
me,
Park.
for me, there's a cartoon called Gravity Falls. If they could somehow turn that into
Some sort of
a game, that'd be brilliant. It'd be going around solving a few mysteries. Like, it's a good Scooby-Doo, basically. Have I forced you to watch that yet?
Yeah, I've watched a couple of episodes.
Alright.
Okay, yeah. Next one. What guild is best off in season 3? Well, with all of the caveats that we put in the earlier one that we've not really played, from what I hear, alchemists have had the biggest shoot up, and fish. I do keep hearing people saying that fish are doing well out of it, but they haven't actually had that many changes. So maybe it's just
they've had the least changes.
The universal changes of things like getting a momentum when you don't win initiative, and the tap-in rule.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And what was the other one? Is it run the length or no? What's the other plot card that came back?
No.
Everybody used it with shark.
Knee slider.
Yeah.
Was that back now?
I'm sure somebody said that was back, and that's why.
Okay. Maybe.
It's based. Yeah.
But yeah, so those
Fish and Alchemist. I think everybody was scared that Morticians were going to get absolutely ruined, and apart from a few players losing a little bit of influence,
I think apart from Silence not being an auto pick anymore, I think they're still pretty strong.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what season 3 Hunters bring and whether that will shift the dynamic, because they're seen as the weakest guild at the moment, as far as I'm aware. So it'd be nice to see whether that shoots them right to the top, or it shoots them into the middle, or it keeps them at the bottom. But we've seen the art for the new box.
Heralds of the Moon Goddess.
So the minis look cool.
Oh, yeah.
So we're waiting to see what the rules look like. But I'm interested to see that. And big love to you guys, and can't wait to catch up with Vengeance. So
Aww.
yeah, that's coming. May is creeping up on us, and Jay will have some update videos coming out soon, and there are some amazing things coming, which as far as I'm aware, I've never seen before at an event or a con and things like this. So it's exciting if you're going, and if you don't have a ticket, then go anyway. Because the venue is big enough, and it'll be a social event in the evenings, both the Friday night and the Saturday night, and potentially even the Sunday once we are actually finished if people are still standing. And the venue is big enough to accommodate more people hanging around. So do come on down, because it is a bit more of a sort of a convention style event, just because of the sheer number of people going to be there. And Stockport's amazing. It's a lovely, lovely place. So you can go and tick that
liar!
And get shanked. But yeah, whatever. Next one.
Tell me more about these secrets.
No, they're coming. Just keep tuned.
Come on, Jay.
Oh no, he's tight-lipped. He looks as surprised as me.
Oh, he's thinking.
Yeah. Bit more reserved.
Finally, Bob.
Oh, I forgot this question was on here. Because I was going to go and do some research, but I haven't.
Because he's lazy.
Is this the last one?
This is the last one I found on here. I'll see if anybody on Facebook has decided to irritate you. But Bob's questions. First of all, with #Bushido. Make him a 50 rice Savage Wave crew.
Yeah, this is what I can't do. And this is last time I did say I was going to look at it when I recorded it with Jay, and I haven't. So I played Young Pirates and the Ninjas, and a little bit of the faction I've sold you. The Prefector.
That's the one.
But I haven't actually played Savage Wave, although Chris Hales, who has a painting, commission painting service.
If you've seen the Batman video.
The Batman video, that was Chris Hales, yep. He plays Savage Wave quite successfully. In fact, he is a Grandmaster, so he won the tournament, the yearly tournament that Bushido have, and I think he did it using Savage Wave. So I can't remember what the model's called, but there's a model that is actually two models. There's a bigger guy and a little guy, and Chris actually designed the rules and the miniature for that model, because if you're a Grandmaster and you win, you get to design your own model.
What?
Yep. So you know, yeah, there's a couple. Master Enos he won and made himself, so that was pretty cool. And
wow,
yeah,
didn't know that.
James Hasker won the last one, and he is in the process, I believe, of designing his own model for the faction. I don't know whether it has to be the faction that you win with, but he won with the Tengu, so there'll probably be a Tengu model out for that. Again, it's another game that I really got into when I first started playing it, and it's kind of died away just from the sheer quantity of other games. But I do need to show Chris it. I do still have the models, and I did build boards, which are just behind the camera there, to play on. So it is something that will be coming. And Lee, my friend Lee, that has been on some of the Bushido videos.
We still need to get him down here as well.
We do, but he needs to win a game. So
aww.
Maybe you can play Chris. So
do you keep beating him up?
Yeah. So sorry, he mentioned a crew involving Kimono and Ushi and Babata the Bellringer. So these are the big. Are they Onis? The big. Oh my god, the big red monsters. But they'll be quite expensive. I'd imagine they're 12 or 13 rice each, and it's only a 50 rice crew, so you won't get much else.
He's also said keep it cheap as in money wise.
Oh,
this is going to be.
Oh right, okay. Well, like 3 models or 4 models. You're probably better on. Oh, you can go on there. We're just going on Element now. There's a plug for Element Games.
Free stuff.
Bushido, give us free stuff.
Oh, where are they? There we go.
There we go. We'll do it on the fly. Savage Wave.
Wait.
So
there's Bellringer of 15 quid.
Babata, and Kimono and Ushi is a double-headed guy. So that's 2 models. I don't know how many rice they are. If you went on the Bushido website, they would have. That Rashka I really like. He's holding a telegraph pole and hitting stuff with a telegraph pole.
I love your grasp of the human language. It's a telegraph pole in kind of like feudal Japan sort of.
Well, okay, it's a wooden temple post.
Yeah, the actual gate temple.
I love your grasp of the Japanese mythology. Yeah, it's a telegraph pole, right? Yeah,
right.
Everybody knows what I mean when I say that.
Giant piece of wood.
Just a red one, yeah. And I do like the scroll up.
What?
Just scroll back down again. Sorry, the model that I was talking about before. Keep going on. Is Z Hanan Zoo was designed by Chris Hales. But I like the Beast Riders. The Bakemono Beast Riders. So if you go up, they're riding the Nian, which are like one-eyed, like demon things. And you can have little goblins riding on the back of them, and you can have big giant cave bats as well that you can have people riding. So that would be what I would do. I'd go for that. I'd have crazy giant Nian with a guy riding on the back, and a giant cave bat with someone riding on the back, and then those 3 that we just mentioned: telegraph pole man, Babana with his bell, and Kimono, the 2-headed Ushi bloke. Done. There you go. That's a uber competitive list. It's been like tried and tested and play tested right here in my head. Done. There you go, Bob. And further limits I had to keep it cheap, it would be my introduction crew to Bushido. Yeah, there you go. That would be good for smashing noobs with. There you go. Question 2. Guild Ball. What will you guys drink on me at the Rusty Cup in March? So, Who Cares Who Wins are holding a tournament in March in York. And Bob is over for that. He's coming to that.
You will drink a milkshake off him.
A milkshake. An Oreo chocolate milkshake. Although I am drinking drink now, so I will have something harder. Although I'm driving probably to York, so yeah, Chris Watter's there, so he'll get me something hard, like a gin or something.
Next question.
What about Jay? I don't know. Jay better still be going. Look at him. He doesn't look like a man that's going. I think he's overdosing on his milkshakes. He's having milkshake sweats. Oh, that would have been a good one to catch. And he has a twitch. You're not coming, are you? You're not coming to...
No.
On Saturday, you're not coming?
Nope.
And you're not coming to this one? You can come and meet my parents.
Competitions, I'm just no interest.
You can come and meet my parents for the
I've
first
met your
time.
mother.
Okay. Who hasn't, eh?
Oh.
Whee. Question 3.
Yeah. Have you at all read any content of my blog?
Yes.
Simple. Done.
Yes. Bob does a blog. Guild Ball blog. I'll find out what it's called and I'll put it in the show notes so that you can go to it. But he's writing some cool stuff. I guess you haven't read it. I can't actually remember what it's called, I'm afraid, Bob, sorry. We should do our research beforehand and give people proper plugs. Yeah, so why have you not? Why have you not read it? Because you didn't know about it.
I don't know who Bob is. I don't know. I may have found it by accident, but without knowing... Well, you're going to find it now, aren't you?
I'm going to try.
Right.
Well, you can carry on with the questions.
Well, the next one, I'm feeling is directed at you and Jay specifically.
Okay.
You knew this was coming, don't lie. Are you wearing matching undies? Ring Jay up now and ask him.
You'd see the answers. Let's do this live on camera. I've got blue on. What have you got on?
I've got bright green.
But you've got a bit of blue. Let's see. I'll put them on. See if I can put them on speakerphone. Shall we get them on Skype? I don't know whether you'll be on Skype. Here you go. Is there another question while I'm ringing Jay?
No, I think that's it. Let me have a look and see if anybody else.
How long of the? Are we even recording?
Oh my god.
I think we are. This is so professional.
If we've not recorded anything...
No, we will. I can see it.
Stop trying to say that just to make me feel safe.
So, 0795...
Yes.
I'll just see if he's on Skype first. This will be
Right.
well good if he is. You probably can't see that. I'll have to move it onto his head.
So far...
Is there any other stuff on
Yeah,
that? No. Nobody likes us.
Nobody wants to ask us any questions. I was actually a bit worried that people could ask any question.
Well... See if he's here. Oh, he's not on Skype. It says he's away. See if he answers his phone.
I don't know.
You might be with Oscar. You won't hear this anyway.
But, yeah, people are pointing out that you've just been mean to Jay all the time, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, namely Jay. He was the one that said it. I really love him. He's not answering. What a dick. Yeah, I really love him.
Welcome
He
to
just...
the EE voicemail. I'm sorry, but the person you called is...
So he's on EE, if anybody wants to know.
And what's his address? Oh, you trying? Ooh.
He won't be here. It'll be, yeah. It's not even ringing.
Just sent him a message to answer his phone. You can turn them down. Dun-dun.
This is,
Again, fabulous content.
yeah, amazing content for you guys. It's just us not being able to get a hold of Jay. For a change. Right, okay, well, I don't know what Jay's wearing, but,
We'll try and find out.
we'll find out for you.
Other than that,
That's it.
no, yeah, I think that's
it.
going to have to be it because there's no more questions.
Put some more questions down. Otherwise,
Don't ask me anything.
yeah, ask Chris something specific. Not GBI Chris. So that's it, guys. Without further ado, thank you very much for watching. Please put any comments in the comments, share, like, subscribe, whatever. And think of a new name for us, because On The Ball doesn't work anymore. So until next time, this has been me, GBI Chris.
And not GBI Chris.
So long.
Oh, you're sending it to
I mean, Jay.
J Puff Marshmallow.
Jigglypuff, not J-Puff. We're on. Hi guys, we're on.
Let us check my phone first. I might have a...
Match.com.
Wait, no.
Priorities.
I have no comments, no friends, no texts.
Aw, shame. Hi guys! No. You can do it actually, why don't you do it?
Oh, I didn't see you there. Is that what you're going for? Is that why he's like, no, I'm going to retake this?
Oh, a message from the boss.